Right, so Turbo ADP. ADP isn't going anywhere. I actually think coming into post-rotation, it's one of the most cheekiest decks you can play. Just say, right, I'm going to take 3 prizes on Crobat and Dedenne. Don't want to hit anything else. Let's go. And I feel as if this is such a cheeky deck. I actually really enjoy playing it. So let's get involved, shall we? So, let's start off the list with 2 of the ADP, Arceus, Palkia, and Dialga. One of my favourite cards. Basic tag team Pokemon, 280 HP, 2 attacks. You got Ultimate Wraith, 1 Water, 1 Metal, 1 Colourless. You do 150. Search your deck for 3 basic energy cards attached to Pokemon anywhere you like. Pretty cool, but the GX attack is the main reason why we play him. You for 1 Water, 1 Metal, you Pokemon do an extra 30 for the rest of the game, and you take an extra prize. So if you knock out a VMAX Pokemon, you take 4 prizes, but mainly if you knock out V Pokemon and GX, you take 3. So all we're going to try and do is hit 2 Dedennes after we've GX'd, or a combination of 2 Crobats or Dedenne. That's all we want to do. All we want to do is take 1 shots with Zacian. We don't want to literally hit into anything else. It's a big waste of time. So you see when we get onto the list how we built the deck to do that. But yeah, there's your ADP. Worth noting, we actually play a lot more of an aggressive Turbo Patch, Energy Switch, Indian Metal Saucer, just so we can try and get that GX off as quick as we can. Because in this new post-rotation format, there's no guarantee ADP is surviving past turn 2. There's no guarantee of that at all. Eternatus just needs to bench 1 Zigzagoon and full bench and you're dead. Center Scorch, you're dead. Charizard VMAX, you're dead. So Ultimate Ray is a full luxury now. All we want to do is get Ultra Creation off in 1 turn if possible, and get to work basically. So yeah, there's that. We then play 3 of the Zacian Vs as our attacker. Perfect attack with ADP. You know, basic V Pokemon, 220 HP. With the ability Intrepid Sword, you can end your turn. If you do, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can attach any energies you find there to that Zacian. Pretty cool. So if you go in first and you get a Zacian out, it's like you get a free Howl. Really good for your card advantage. But then Brave Blade does 230 on its own for 3 metal, which one-shots some Evolving Vs, which is pretty nuts. Goes up to 260 after your ADP buff. And like I said, when you're taking multiple prizes with that, the Zacian becomes a pretty big, solid beat stick, which is really cool. So yeah, 2 retreat cost, good ability, good attack, perfect synergy with ADP. We then also play one of the Zamazenta. Really cool card, in all honesty, and it's one I feel as if definitely warrants a spot in here. Now you could argue that it's not a turbo card, so you want to take it out, find a slot. That's fine by me, but I still think it does hold a place in lists. It can really catch your opponent on surprise. Zamazenta V is a basic Pokemon, 230 HP with the attack Assault Tackle, 3 for 130, and you can discard a special energy attached from your opponent's active. That can come up, you know, you might be able to knock off like Flash Energies maybe, or Auroras, stuff like this. That's pretty cool. But the Dauntless Shield ability is the main reason why we're playing it. It can't be hit by your opponent's VMAXs. So Center Scorch can't hit it, Salamence can't hit it, Eternus can't hit it, and it actually puts Eternus in a bit of a tough spot, this Zamazenta, because they haven't really got many other attackers. Like, they can use Hooper doesn't 2-shot it, and you actually 1-shot the Hooper as well. They're not really playing Spiritomb at the minute, and Eternus V is an awful attacker. So Zamazenta is actually really strong against Eternus. Now, the only problem with Zamazenta is he doesn't 1-shot a Crobat, even with the ADP buff, which is kind of annoying, alright? So, in that regard, it's not that good, but he can 1-shot a Dedenne. That's kind of cool. So, yeah. In fact, no, he can't 1-shot a Dedenne. I lie because of resistance. So, yeah. We then got Oranguru with the Primate Wisdom ability. This has really good synergy with Intrepid Sword, right? Because what Oranguru does, it lets you dig a little bit more, you know, get to see an extra card a turn. But also what it does is, if you have an energy in hand, turn 1, you can put it to the top of your deck, swap it, and then you can Intrepid Sword, and you know you've got energy there, so you can just, you know, get an extra energy for your Zacian. Really, really cool. And it just lets you dig with such a combo deck. Sometimes that extra card can be the make or breaker, so Oranguru is pretty nuts for that. We then play 1 of the Crobat V just so we can dig. Like I said, we want to dig. Sometimes we dead age change, we don't hit the stuff we want. So you can use a Crobat as well. Or sometimes we've got some cards that we want to keep hold of, but we haven't hit all our combo pieces. We can just quick ball out a Crobat, draw up to 6. Night asset. Really, really strong in here. And then we play 2 Dedenne GX. Pretty cool. This is just going to help us draw through really nicely. So yeah, big fan of the Dedenne. And a lot of the time it's going to be the only way we draw cards, so yeah, there's that. And then we also play an Eldegoss V. Now this is just so we can reuse our boss's orders mostly, but let us reuse our more situational supporters as well, right? So yeah, big fan of Eldegoss V. Obviously when you bench him, you can take a supporter out of your discard pile as like a VS Seeker, so we can, you know, really be aggressive with bosses, with our Ericas, with our Armani, or even our research. If we've missed a combo piece, we haven't got many supporters left in deck, we can use Eldegoss and grab them. So yeah, we've got an Eldegoss V for this. We then play 4 Professor's Research. Now that actually comes as no surprise because we are such a turbo combo deck. Sometimes discard and draw 7 is heavenly, a lot of the time it is, so we have no reason not to play 4. We then play 2 Marnie. Now if I was, you know, I wouldn't mind playing more aggressive supporters here, like maybe more Ericas or maybe even the Bills, something like this. But for now, 2 Marnie is nice, so it gives us a little bit of a defensive option as well, whilst disrupting our opponent. If they've got win in hand, we can, you know, get it out of their hand, we can keep digging. So yeah, we've got 2 Marnies for this. We then play 2 Boss's Orders. Now you might be thinking that sounds a little bit low, but we've got other ways of gusting, you know. And while we've got Eldegoss V, we can always reuse these super nicely. Boss's Orders is so strong in a deck like this though, guys, but just because, you know, we're taking 3 prize on the Denays and Crobats, right? So yeah, Boss's Orders is super strong, so I wouldn't mind a 3rd in here, you know. If you can find space for a 3rd, let me know. But Boss's Orders is strong. And then we got 1 Erica's Hospitality. Again, super strong card. Against stuff like a Turnus, you can just fill your hand up to crazy amounts. Our hand is often quite small with ADP as well, so yeah, Erica's is pretty nice for that. Now if you want to have another Boss's Orders though, you can flip-flop that. I think that's perfectly fine, but for now this supporter lineup has been working for me quite nicely. We then play 2 Quick Ball, 4 Quick Ball. We're an all basic deck, so Quick Ball's like universal deck search, alright? So can't go wrong with playing 4 of them. It literally finds us everything under the sun. Quick Ball's a savior in this deck. We then play 2 Cherish Ball. I'm gonna get my numbers mixed up for. 2 Cherish Ball. Again, this is a super strong card. This literally finds us more outs to the Dene, which is always nice without having to play Pokemon. We don't really play enough Pokemon to warrant playing Pokemon. So Cherish Ball gives us a little bit of extra search for this, but it also lets us find our ADPs nice and early. So we need to get ADP energy turn 1 at a minimum. Hopefully get 2 energies turn 1 if we can. So Cherish Balls just let us do that a little bit more. We then play 4 of the Metal Saucers. Again, all ADPs, they should be playing these. Lets you accelerate energy from the bin to our Zacians and our Zamazentas. What's not to love with that, right? We're in combination with Energy Switch. This is how we're going to be able to get our Ultra Creation GX off in 1 turn. So yeah, Metal Saucers is a big part of this. Another part of this is 4 Turbo Patch. Again, this is just super aggressive. This is going to let you, because if you miss Ultimate Ray, between Turbo Patch and Metal Saucers, it shouldn't be too hard to get an attacker going, right? So Turbo Patch lets you do this. You know, flip a coin, if heads, you can get energy from your bin, attach it to one of your basic Pokemon that's not a GX. So you can't attach it straight to ADP, so you have to have it in combination with Energy Switch if you want to put it on there. But yeah, it also lets you get Ultimate Rays off, you know, potentially. Lets you clean up energy, which is super nice. You know, with these energy switches as well, it means you can, as long as you have energy in play, you can sort of harvest it in out of nowhere, bring it back, and make it useful super late game. Energy switches are super clutch for plays like that, and that's why we play 4. We then also play 4 of the Switcheroonies. I have to slide these all up a little bit. There we go. 4 switch. Again, this is just so we can be maximum deck movement with our bench, so you know we can get ADP inactive if we haven't led it already. You know, Zacian also, if he survives the Brave Blade, he actually needs to switch and maneuver around a little bit in order to attack. So yeah, 4 switch helps us do that. Now here's the aggressive part. We then play 3 Pokemon catchers. Now this is why I've took my boss's orders count a little bit lower than normal, because we play 3 Pokemon catcher, and I feel as if the way ADP is getting played post rotation, it really needs to hit into Crobat and Dedenne. Sometimes you're not going to be able to have your support for the turn be boss's orders. You know, if you've had ADP detonated and you need to get like 3 energy on your Zacian, you're not going to have time to boss's orders in that game. You might have time though if you were to like play a catcher, flip tails, play a bazillion draw cards, get 3 energies onto a Brave Blade, then hit another catcher, heads, bang, there you go, 3 prizes, and now you're back in the race straight away again. So 3 catchers have been super clutch. Now you could put like a great catcher in there, you could take these out completely and go for a super heavy boss's orders engine if you like. Not against that, but I'm telling you now, you're not always going to be able in this next format be able to afford boss's orders to be a supporter for the turn. That's why I've cut into that a little bit and replaced them with great catchers, or great catcher I should say. We then play 2 Viridian Forest. Now this is so we can get energies in the bin, which is really cool to activate our Metal Saucer and Turbo Patch, but it's mostly there so we can pluck out our water energies to satisfy our ADP's water attack cost. We then play 3 water, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we then play 10 of the metal energies. Yeah, a little bit on the high side, but again, we need to get so much energies in the bin and in the discard so we can bring them back out with Turbo Patch and Metal Saucer. I think that's perfectly fine. So I've had good success with that water energy count. You could go down to 2 if you really wanted to, but sometimes you prize 2 of the same cards. So if you play 2 water and prize 2 water, you are not going to over-creation that game, and you're probably going to lose. But let me know what you think. Do you think catchers are worth playing ADP, or do you feel as if, you know, I should raid it in a little bit and stop being so crazy? I'm not going to look at ADP a lot post-rotation. The deck I think I'm going to be playing. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching as always, guys. If you're after more Darkness Ablaze content, make sure to check the playlist out in the description. Hit that subscribe button. I've been putting Darkness Ablaze videos out at least once a day. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.